Hello and welcome back to ROADTRIpVIA, the once-a-day road trip trivia quiz. Today, day number 233 of the 365-day trivia road trip. Today's quiz was submitted by Trish and Tom. They must have thought you had it too easy yesterday because we've got a tough one today. 21 questions, 20 up front, question 21 tiebreaker at the end of the episode if you need to stick around for that. Thank you for watching, and thank you Trish and Tom for another good quiz. Question number 1. As the story goes, William T. Stead, an English newspaper editor, spent his last 2 hours alive quietly reading a book in the lounge as the Titanic sank. What was the book by Owen Wister about a cowboy referred to only by the eastern state he comes from that accompanied Stead to a watery grave? That cowboy was the Virginian. Question number 2. The world's largest arthropod is found on islands in the Indian and South Pacific Oceans and can weigh 9 pounds, be over 3 feet wide, climb palm trees, and carry off and eat anything left on the ground, including corpses. Thankfully, it is not a predator, but what is the name of this giant crustacean? Google it after the quiz. Coconut crab. It's a thing of your nightmares. Question number 3. Veil, vile, live, and evil are an example of this type of literary device in which a word or phrase is obtained by rearranging the letters of another one. All letters are used once and none are added or substituted. What is this word puzzle whose name may stem from Greek for hidden word or right again? The answer is an anagram. Question number 4. In 1692, this wicked Caribbean city was struck by a 7.5 earthquake that caused it to sink below sea level, where it remains today as a UNESCO World Heritage Site. The quake and the following tsunami killed over 2,000 people. What was this notorious pirate hangout? The answer is Port Royal, Jamaica. Question number 5. In the early 20th century, the Axeman haunted the New Orleans streetcars. Sitting behind an unsuspecting girl, he would stealthily cut off her long braid, then vanish before she'd realize she'd been shorn. Today's Axeman doesn't collect pigtails but is an essential part of a good rock band. What does he do? Today, an Axeman is a nickname for a guitar player, so he plays guitar. Question number 6. The Donner Party's misfortunes began when they started for California late. Worse, they believed a charlatan who convinced them to take a shortcut that proved longer and more difficult than the established route. This shortcut, named for him, is still marked on modern atlases and is called what? The Donner Party infamously took the Hastings Cutoff. Hastings Cutoff is the answer. Question number 7. In the Cajun Night Before Christmas, St. Nicholas doesn't wear a red suit, but a muskrat one. Nor does he ride in a sleigh drawn by flying reindeer, but in a skiff hauled by Thibaut, Suzette, Renee, Nanette, Pierre, Alcie, Celeste, and Gaston, which are what kind of creature? Santa's skiff is hauled by alligators. Question number 8. This movie, loosely based on a Capcom game series, stars Jean-Claude Van Damme as Guile, Kylie Minogue as Cammy, and Ming-Na Wen as Chun-Li. But it is Raul Julia's over-the-top performance as villain M. Bison that earned him a Saturn Award and made the film a commercial success. What is the title? This video game movie was called Street Fighter. Question number 9. At the 1981 Indy 500, during a pit stop, a hose malfunctioned, spraying driver Rick Mears and his crew with the fuel that ignited. Mears was seen trying to yank off his helmet and beat out his burning clothes, but there were no visible flames or smoke. What kind of fuel caused this eerie phenomenon? He felt it, but no one could see it. The answer is methanol. Question number 10. Many of Anne Rule's true crime books have been adapted for TV, including Small Sacrifices and Dead by Sunset. One of the most frightening is her own true account of unknowingly working side by side and even making friends with serial killer Ted Bundy at a woman's clinic. What is its title? That book was called The Stranger Beside Me. Question number 11. This flatfish is born with one eye on each side of its head, but due to its habit of lying on one side at the bottom of the sea, a mature fish will usually have both eyes on the upper side of its face. A tasty fish, despite its uncanny looks, the Little Mermaid Ariel has a friend named for it. What is this fish called? The answer is flounder. Question number 12. In a viral video by stop-motion artist Tomostein, two cat pencil holders squabble over who gets to hold the pencil. A silver alien cat beams down from a UFO and ends the fight by teaching them a dance set to a lively folk tune, Levin Polka. From what country does this tune originate? Levin Polka comes from Finland. Question 13. A raven croaks as Duncan enters Macbeth's castle. An owl screeches after Duncan is murdered, and, like monstrous hawks, Macbeth's henchmen descend on Macduff's family and kill them all. Upon finding this out, a stunned Macduff says, "What? All my pretty chickens and their damn..." Finish the sentence. What four words come next? The answer is "at one fell swoop." You gotta know your Shakespeare to get that one right. Question 14. Long ago, fairies were as tall as humans, possessors of a powerful dark magic and amoral. One way an unwary human could be zapped to the dread fairy realm was to walk around a church widdershins, or contrary to the sun's motion, turning always to the left. In our time, we call this direction what? Formerly calling it counterclockwise, I will from this point forward only be saying widdershins. Question 15. The Chiricahua, the Mescallero, and the Jicarilla are branches of a tribe who fought the invading Spanish and Mexicans for centuries and the U.S. Army to the end of the Indian Wars. Chiefs Cochise, Mangus Coloradas, and Geronimo led what people who proved to be fierce warriors and shrewd tacticians? The answer is the Apache. Question number 16. This beautiful Hindu goddess of love, mercy, and devotion is the chief consort of Krishna, the blue-skinned god of protection, compassion, and love. Unlike Parvati and Shiva, the two never married. An Australian actress who starred in Pitch Black and Silent Hill shares her name. Which is what? The answer is Radha. Question 17. Edward of Woodstock, son of Edward III, was one of the top English commanders during the 100 Years' War. Although he died in 1376, he received what famous nickname about 160 years later, either for the color of his shield or his dark reputation for brutality towards his enemy? They called Sir Edward of Woodstock the Black Prince. Question number 18. In 1903, in Chicago, a matinee of Mr. Bluebeard played to a sellout audience, mostly children. An arc light ignited a curtain and a fire quickly spread. People panicked and many were trampled. Others died from the smoke and the flames. What was this place where over 600 people died from watching a play? That infamous theater is the Iroquois Theater in Chicago, Illinois. Question 19. The elvish port city from which ships departed for the Undying Lands lay on Eriador's west coast. The last ship to depart, never to return, carried away wizard Gandalf, elves Galadriel and Elrond, and hobbits Bilbo and Frodo. What are this city and its twin across the Gulf of Loon called? The answer is the Grey Havens. And question 20. Electric current is proportional to voltage and inversely proportional to resistance, as shown in the formula V equals I times R, where V is voltage, I is current, and R is resistance. This axiom, sharing the name of the unit of resistance and of the physicist who discovered it in 1827, is known as what? The answer is Ohm's Law. That's it for today. Thank you for watching today's episode of ROADTRIpVIA, and thank you everybody who joined us yesterday for the live episode. I've reposted just the trivia part to the channel, so it's in the run of regular trivia quizzes, so you don't have to go back and watch me blabbering on about who cares. I have just the quiz. I posted it right before this quiz came out, and tomorrow we'll post episode number 234, which is a regular length trivia. So make sure you join us tomorrow. If you're not subscribed to the channel, you can do it, but we already have 11,000 subscribers, so I don't know if we even need any more. 11,000 people is a lot of people. Thank you to everybody who already has subscribed to this channel. I appreciate every single one of you. Now, I think that's it. Question 21, the tiebreaker for today, another tough one. Captain Eric Brown, a British Royal Navy test pilot, flew more different types of aircraft than anyone else in history, including a glider, fighter, bomber, passenger plane, amphibian, seaplane, and helicopter, plus captured German, Italian, and Japanese aircraft. How many kinds of aircraft did Captain Brown fly? My guess is you're just going to have to take a guess, and whichever person gets closest is going to win the point. How many different kinds of aircraft did Captain Brown fly? The answer is 487. That's a lot of different stuff to learn. 487 is the correct answer. Whichever player got closest to 487 is going to win the point. If it was a tie, and that was the tiebreaker question, and they got it, whichever player got closest is going to win the whole game. Congratulations. See you tomorrow for episode or day number 234. Thank you again to Trish and Tom. I appreciate the tough quiz today. It's a replacement for our Brainy Tuesdays, which we haven't done since last year. Today was definitely a Brainy Tuesday level quiz. All right, I'm rambling again. See you guys tomorrow.